everyone, John Chow here from johnchow.com, and I'm here with my daughter Sally. Welcome to Driving with John and Sally Chow. Sally and I just got back from Costa Rica, right Sally?
Lots of bug bites.
Lots of bug bites, that's right, and we had a good time, Sally got to ride an ATV for the first time in her life. Yeah, minimum age, she's supposed to be 16, she's only 10 years old, but hey, she's Sally Chow, so rules don't apply to her. Anyway, now that we're back, we're just catching up on things. The biggest thing being our new house. We bought a new house to go to Sally's new school for the next school season. And right now it's under a lot of renovation. The floors are taken apart, the bathroom has been gutted, and we're gonna hopefully get it all done before the next school year, yeah. I was talking to a couple of friends about houses and stuff, and they're telling me what a great decision it is to actually buy a house or be a quote unquote homeowner. Homeowner, they're saying that, people, well, they're basically saying people who pay rent are dumb. You're just throwing money away. You ever hear that? I hear that quite often, especially from Asian family, because Asian family always want to own houses. They always want that, whatever reason, they always want to own houses. So they say, buy a house. You're instead of paying rent and paying the landlord your mortgage, instead of paying rent to your landlord and paying up the mortgage to your landlord, pay off the mortgage yourself and own a piece of property and stuff. I believe the argument, like, if you're paying $3,000 a month for rent, you could pay $3,000 a month for mortgage. One, you're just throwing money away. One, you're building equity. That's the argument. However, as a financial planner, and I am actually fully qualified financial planner. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah,
Nope.
yeah. I'm well, not really. I haven't got my license in there, but that's what I study in college and stuff. So I'm pretty much fully qualified. But as a financial planner, I can tell you that anyone who says renting or owning is way better than renting, or renting just throwing the money away, does not know what they're talking about. And that is going to be the thrust of this argument here. I'm going to present to you why owning a house isn't necessarily better than renting a house. You see, the argument of $3,000 in rent or $3,000 in mortgage, it's not an apple and orange comparison. And the reason for that is most people make the mistaken assumption that your rental house and the house you own is the same. It is not. See, odds are the house you rent is not necessarily the house you want to own. Odds are the house you want to own is going to be a lot more expensive than the house you want to rent. All right? Like, I will rent a Chevy Malibu, but I would never own one. See, I would own a Jaguar. I wouldn't own a Chevy Malibu. You know what I mean? Like, the house you rent is not necessarily the house you want to own. So when someone who's gone from renting to want to buy a house, when they're looking at houses, odds are they're looking for a house that's bigger, more expensive, or in a better neighborhood than the current place. And that usually means the house is going to be a lot more expensive. So you're not comparing a $3,000 rent to a $3,000 mortgage. What you're likely to compare is a $3,000 rent to a $6,000 mortgage. Yeah, so suddenly, it looks a little different now. What if some guy, so your mortgage is really more like $6K and you rent $3K. So that's a difference of $3,000. Now, who's to say if you're renting, paying $3,000 a month, and you are investing the $3,000 you saved that would have got a mortgage into long-term investment, odds are the renter who's investing the difference in mortgage money will do better than the owner of the house. Right? Now, the problem is, this is not the case, is because most renters will not invest the difference. They'll end up spending the difference. Or most renters, $3K is all they can afford, and they can't really have extra. That's where the argument of owning versus renting does make an effect and say, yeah, it is better to own than to rent in that sense. But if you truly do an apple to apples comparison where rent is this much, but owning is that much, and there's a big gap difference. If you would invest the gap, if you can invest the gap, odds are you would do better than the guy who's owning a house and paying all the money into the mortgage. All right. So that's that's my financial planning point of view on it. All right. So if you have a different point of view, hey, let me know. I'd love to hear you. So that is a little tip for today. Like, renting is not throwing money away. All right. And if you live in a .com lifestyle, it's probably better to rent anyway because you're living a whole bunch of places around the world. So, and with stuff like Airbnb and HomeAway.com, you can take short-term stays in countries here, country A, country B, country C, and just move around. And now, if you become super .com lifestyle, like super rich, then what you do, of course, you would own a house in every single country, right? But that's on another level altogether. But most of the time, .com lifestyle, renting is actually better than owning. Okay, so there you go. John Chow for JohnChow.com, Sally Chow from SallyChow.com. Give us a thumbs up, like and share our video, subscribe to our channel. We'll see you guys on the next episode.